Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on that bell so that you're reminded of all the videos that I upload. Really quickly, I wanted to come to you all and share with you all some information that most of you guys are aware of, but some of you guys still have questions. I am talking about the free money. Yeah, the free non-taxable money that we are supposed to be receiving from the government. The stimulus checks, the relief checks. Okay, so as most of you guys know, on last week, the president, as well as Republicans and Democrats, signed a bill in regards to the pandemic that we are going through in the entire world, but I'm only speaking for the United States. Our government and government officials have decided to send the vast majority of us Americans relief checks or stimulus checks. These checks are coming to most Americans, according to the Treasury Secretary. Most of us are very eager to know, when will I get it? How will I get it? What do I need to do? So that is the purpose of me doing this video. I am actually doing it so that it'll kind of ease the mind of some of those that aren't sure how they need to go about getting it, for some that don't even know it, because believe it or not, there are actually some people in the world on today that don't know anything about what is going on all around us. So basically, I just have a few very important things that you should do, or you need to ensure they are done so that you can receive delivery of your relief check in a timely manner. First thing I want to say is this: almost every single person, every single American is able to receive this relief check. There is an income cap, but I will be discussing that a little more throughout the audio. The first thing I want to say, because it does apply to me, is every single person who is receiving Social Security, disability insurance, SSI, all of you who receive any type of benefit from the Social Security office will receive checks. The reason I wanted to say this, first of all, is because we receive our checks every single month. Our information is already in the system. I know when I first got my Social Security, they were still sending checks. I don't believe they're even sending checks anymore. I believe that stopped in 2011. So every person right now, I believe, receives the Social Security benefit or their Social Security benefit via direct deposit. So nothing needs to be done for Social Security benefit holders. Nothing. If you got a check on last month with Social Security, your information is still there, unless if you changed your banking account. If you changed your banking account information within the last month or 2 months, or say you filed for taxes and you've moved, you need to make sure that that information is updated so that they can ensure that you will get your stimulus relief check. There is no sign up needed. However, if you filed a tax return in 2018 or 2019, you're fine. That will ensure that the income That will ensure that the stimulus refund check will get to you. The only thing that would prevent it from getting to you is two things: if you've moved or if you've changed your bank account. If you have moved or changed your bank account, you need to ensure right now that that information is correct so that you won't be left out. So now let's talk about the numbers. Remember, I said later on in the video I was going to be talking to you about who qualifies, who doesn't qualify, who will get it, how much they'll get. Here it is. So here are the numbers. For individuals who make up to $7,500 a year, you would receive a total of $1,200 in your refund check. There is an additional $500 per child that can be included, but those children have to be under the age of 17 years. So if you are a single parent and you filed your taxes, you claimed head of household, and you have two children, 10 and 11, you would receive $1,200, but you would also receive an additional $500 for each one of your children. So that would mean you would receive $2,200, $1,200 for claiming head of household, $500 for each child. Now that depends on whether or not you have children that are under 17 years old. So that's if you filed head of household. Say you filed as an individual and you didn't file head of household, I believe you also still qualify for $1,200. If you have a child or 3 children under the age of 17 years old, you would qualify for $500 for each child. Married couples who file jointly will be receiving a relief check of $2,400. If you are a family of 4, you would receive $3,400. So basically what that means is $1,200 for mom, $1,200 for dad, and then $500 for each child. There are income caps. If you are making over $99,000 a year, you wouldn't qualify. This means that you would not qualify for the relief check. Now, if you're making $99,000 a year, you might feel like you deserve it, okay? I'm not the one who can say yay or nay whether or not you can have it. That's the cap, and you probably need to contact the IRS.gov and see if there are any types of things that you can do to ensure that you may be able to get it. For low-income families who normally or typically do not file taxes, there will be a form that you can fill out. This form will allow you to be able to put the information on the form so that you can qualify for the stimulus check. Unfortunately, right now, because the bill just was signed on last Friday, when you go to the IRS.gov and you try to look up stimulus relief, there is no information. It hasn't yet been updated because it's only been a couple of days. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the world. So what I would suggest is continuing to go to the website irs.gov and checking to see if that form has been put up there so that you can print the form out, fill the form out, and get the form into the IRS. Now, there are a few tips that I do want to share with you all to ensure timely manner of you receiving your stimulus check, relief check, however you want to phrase it. Okay, first and foremost, if you have moved since filing your taxes, you want to ensure that you have a correct address on file. If you have changed your address with an address form, perfect. change of address form, perfect. You don't need to do anything. If you have moved since filing your taxes and you have not put in a change of address form, you need to do that as soon as possible so that the IRS can get your checks mailed to you. Now, the thing about it is this: if in fact when you filed your taxes either in 2019, if you didn't file them for 2019 yet, they will be going back to the 2018. But for example, if you were living at a different house in 2018 than you do in 2019, you would need to have a correct address so that they can mail the check out to you. For those of you who are still wanting your taxes mailed out to you in a check form, you will have to ensure that the IRS actually has your address, your current new address. Now, a lot of people are just up in a roar over this. It's self-explanatory. It's all over the internet. You can read it on NBCnews.com. You can type in relief check to 2020. You can type in stimulus checks 2020. You can get all of the information. The reason I wanted to do this video is because I think that it's a lot easier for people to understand about stimulus and relief checks when a layperson such as myself is explaining it to you. If you elected to have your taxes sent to you when you filed them in 2019 or in 2018 via direct deposit, you know that that is the fastest way for you to receive your income taxes, but that's also going to be the fastest way for you to receive your refund check from the government. So the most important thing are two things: ensuring that you have a correct address on file with the IRS, and ensuring that if you want to receive your check via direct deposit, that you have the right information as far as checking account information. Lastly, but definitely not least, there is a website. It is the irs.gov website. It is still open. They are still processing taxes. However, it is at limited capacity. So the IRS is warning people about calling in about updates on their relief checks. They are short-staffed. They will not be able to answer all of the questions and all of the calls. The recommendation is to continue to check the irs.gov website and just make sure that everything going forward is exactly what it should be as far as you having the right address, having the right checking account information, and just don't worry about it. For the majority of Americans, nothing is needed to be done or required to receive the rebate check. Nothing. They call it rebate check, they call it stimulus check, they call it relief check. Nothing is needed to be done. You don't have to fill out a form. The only time that you may be required to fill out a form is if you are low income and typically do not file taxes. That particular form has not surfaced on the IRS website as of yet, but within the coming weeks it will. Now, last but not least, a lot of people are asking, when will we receive these checks? That's not even on the irs.gov website yet, but from what they are saying is within the next couple of weeks we should be receiving these relief checks. The issue is this: the IRS is already working on trying to fulfill income tax checks to people. The IRS, I believe, has extended their deadline. I don't want to put a date. I believe I know the date, but I don't want to say it in this video because I didn't check it before I got on, and I don't want to say something and have people not getting their taxes in on time and being fined because of that. What I'll probably do is once I get off here, I will find out what the tax deadline is for you to file your taxes, and I'll put it along the screen for you. But more than anything, if you are interested in receiving one of these relief checks, and who would not in their right mind not want free money around this time, you just have to make sure that your information is correct with the IRS, that your bank information is correct. If you have changed any bank information, any address information, you need to contact the IRS via the website. As they said, they are unable to answer any of the consumers' calls because they are short-staffed. Well, that has just been my little tidbit on our stimulus relief check, our free money. If you have any questions, concerns, corrections, go ahead and put them in the comments section. I will do anything and all that I can to get you to understand it. It's very, very, very self-explanatory. The bottom line is all of us, with the exception of those who actually meet the $99,000 a year cap, are due to receive a stimulus relief check because of all of the situations and things that are going on amid this pandemic. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell so that you're reminded of all the videos that I upload. Remember to be you, because you are the only you who can be you. You cannot, will not ever, ever, ever be duplicated. God bless you, and I love you all a whole bunch, and I will talk to you all real soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.